This week we're going to talk about where possibly Avengers could be going.
Cannot wait. Cannot wait.
Yeah, I want to see how they pull this off. Stay tuned. Okay, it's been about a month now since Infinity War came out. By the way, welcome to my side laundry room. My name's Rob.
And I'm Chris.
And we're going to talk about where is it going to go next.
And there's so many options.
There is. And spoilers ahead.
Yes. So if you haven't seen Avengers yet, get out from under the rock you're living in and go see it.
We just had a kid that's seen it 100 times.
Yeah.
So you've had ample opportunity. But spoilers, and we're going to talk freely about Infinity War.
I personally believe, so there's about 1,000 rumors and speculations, and there's all kinds of hidden set scenes and rumors that Tom Holland spilled the beans, and the rumor that, something Sebastian Stan said in one of the interviews. So anyway, we're going to try to weed through some of this as quick as possible and just kind of give you some high points of what we think Avengers 4 is going to be.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is I don't think Thanos is going to be in it as much. I really don't. There will be a climactic scene with him, but I don't think he's going to be as central as a character as he was in this film.
I think he'll be interwoven, just he won't be a main character.
Mm-hmm.
The Russo brothers have pretty much said that Infinity War, Thanos is the main character.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we will take a step back from that.
Mm-hmm.
But should we even address the rumors, or should we just talk about how we see it going down?
Well, how about this? There's one or two rumors that I've thoroughly enjoyed and I think may have cracked the code.
Okay.
The rumor number one is that Loki's not dead.
I could definitely see that.
And that the Bruce Banner that we see in Avengers Infinity War is really Loki.
And that's why he didn't Hulk out.
And that's why he can't change into the Hulk.
That is a very interesting idea.
I think that's a very, very cool idea. And if that is true,
Then where's Banner? Is he just going to show up?
Well, I think he may be with Valkyrie. He may have escaped because we don't know where certain characters are on the Asgard Ark ship. Okay, certain characters were not highlighted in the first few minutes of Infinity War. Spoiler.
That's true, and we didn't see, and excuse me for forgetting their names, but the gladiatorial dudes we didn't see.
So we assume they either escaped, and would it be that far-fetched that Valkyrie would have grabbed Meek Banner and gotten off of the ship when the shit's going down? That's not that far-fetched to believe.
No.
But it would also how Loki is and what he's done 1,001 times, and we know the character as much as we know any of the other Avengers. Could you not see him doing that? He impersonated his father.
True.
You know what I mean?
So the Hulk that gets beat down by Thanos, is that Loki or is that Banner?
Or was that just
then that gets tossed off the ship?
Or was that just another one of Loki's? Illusions. He is the trickster god, and you could see him doing all of this. If the Russos did this, I think it is just the coolest damn
It's brilliant,
thing.
yeah.
And if it's just somebody who's really smart on Reddit or one of the other sites out there that came up with it,
yeah,
they're also brilliant.
Yeah,
So that is, of all the rumors, that could be, I like that one the most, personally. Okay. That's the one I think is just the coolest. Because it got the opportunity to get the Hulkbuster armor back into the films, which I think was cool. I love that whole scene in Wakanda and everything else. But I just really liked it. And I liked, and this is going to get some ire maybe, I feel that Thanos is the baddest character in the Marvel Universe. I am a huge Thanos fan, have been since I was a wee young lad. And I love the fact that he kicked the shit out of the Hulk, because it added validity of how bad a dude he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if that's all fictitious, that's kind of cool too, because, you know, we didn't get to see the Hulk
Right.
go against Thanos. You know what I mean? So if that's how that all plays out, I think it's just, I just think it's neat. I just think it's neat.
That is a very neat idea. I like that.
So
What's the second rumor, though?
the second rumor, which, and this is multifaceted. Of course, everybody knows that Captain Marvel's coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and everyone knows it's taking place in 1990s.
Yeah.
Okay, which has opened up the speculation that most likely this will have to do with time travel. Now, if that's the case, the Russo brothers' original statement of anybody who died in Avengers 3. Are we not recording?
No, we are. Sorry.
In Avengers 3 stays dead, which wouldn't be an untrue statement, because
Because you're going back in time and rewriting.
correct.
Right.
So I foresee Doctor Strange, after the scene, saying, I've went through all these different possibilities, I've only seen one way to win, which makes perfect sense of why he negotiated with Thanos to leave Tony alive. Now, we all know this is a big no shit statement, right? Okay. But if they go back in time, how many other doors are we going to unlock? Especially with Disney just entering a bid of 70 some million for the purchase of Fox.
Yes.
To me, this opens up multiple doors. The question is can it be filmed quick enough? Because this is a great way to pull the X-Men in if that's what they want to do. This is a great way to pull some of these other entities that are out there. I just don't know if they can get it done as quick as the next
I don't think
release
that
date
they can, because that's a lot of casting. I mean,
that
yeah,
we know about.
that we know about. Because if you're going to do it, okay, you're going to include your Dark Phoenix cast.
Are you?
That's who's on deck.
It is who's on deck.
To speed up the process. We'll say
That is
they're
true.
on deck.
That is
but
true.
where's that leave Wolverine? They'd have to cast somebody quickly, because Hugh Jackman's not. Well, he has toyed with the idea of, if I can be in an Avengers movie,
I think
I'd
a
be
swimming
back.
pool full of money could probably bring him back to the table. That's all I'm saying.
True.
We know the swan song, okay? We're not at the swan song yet. We know Logan is the final chapter, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And that was 2036 or whatever year that the film took place,
Right.
okay?
But even then, we're talking about alternate realities, time travel, that Logan may not exist at all. Exactly.
What better way, though?
Yeah.
If you're going to bring back Hugh Jackman, pull the Hugh Jackman from the
Old Man
90s.
Logan,
No, 90s.
90s.
Because they're already, if they got to go back to the 90s or do something to change, because we've seen pictures come off of Avengers 4, at least that's what we think they are,
Yes.
of Chris Evans in his second Captain America outfit. We see pictures of Loki reminiscent of the second Thor film. I like the fact that there's time travel involved with this. I like the fact that Sebastian Stan said we shot a scene where everyone was there.
Yes.
There was Glenn Close. There was Tom Holland. There was X. There's Y. There's, all these different people. We haven't seen this scene.
No, we haven't.
So at some point, all of the characters from Avengers or the Marvel films are back together. How else can you do it without time travel?
Well, I totally agree that it will be time travel.
Okay.
Let me
Go ahead.
paint my theory here.
Yes.
Rumor, if you will.
Paint away.
To how I've been thinking about
Go,
this.
Bob Ross.
Pretty Little Trees. I think we're going to... How I would do it...
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going Last Jedi here, that if I don't get my way, I'm not going to say it's the shittiest movie ever. But we start off,
Okay.
say a couple months later.
Okay.
Tony, and the name escapes me, but the technology that he showed at the beginning of Civil War, where he can go back in time within his own memories,
Yeah.
I think we'll see him, Howard Hughes style, reliving every instance with Thanos to
Which-
try to find
Which you
a
could see Tony
weakness.
doing that.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I
agree with that.
I'm not taking time travel out of the
No,
equation.
no, no. I
I'm
understand
just
what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
And
Which could have led to the off time viewing,
Yes.
filming that we've seen.
but
Excuse me.
we'll
I'm
get
sorry.
to that.
Okay.
I think that'll be the end of the movie, how I see it. But somewhere along his studying, he'll come across Hank Pym,
Okay.
quantum realm,
Okay.
time travel. Enter Ant-Man and Wasp. They go through the quantum realm to time travel, which is a rumor that's been online. People
Yes.
have been talking about that. So we set that up. One of the other rumors that I've read is we will be seeing the Avengers now, after Infinity War, the ones that are left.
Which is the original Avengers.
Yes.
Right.
Travel through time and destroy the gems. In real time, we see Thanos, the gems
Disappearing off
the gauntlet. So let's imagine that. That's where my theory ends, on somebody else's rumor, which I kind of like. So let's fast forward to the end of the movie. They go back to the Battle of New York.
Okay.
Tony sacrifices himself
In the nuclear bomb.
by taking the nuclear bomb further up through to Thanos himself and dropping it in his lap.
Totally removing the equation of
Boom.
the search for
Tony dies,
for the stones.
but time
Everybody.
resets.
Okay.
But Tony removing himself out of the time stream, you have Robert Downey Jr., contract free, stepping back then.
But yet, it's enough of a loophole in technicality that if they wanted to bring him back for
Yes.
whatever,
In 2 years, he has an itch. He can be like, I'm going to come back.
Mm-hmm.
They can do that.
Now, see, there was a part of me, I feel that Chris Evans is going to bite it. That's my gut, okay? And there's a part of me that Tony does
Yes.
kind of what was hinted at the end of the second film, where he kind of just steps back and lets Steve, but not Steve. This time I think Tony's going to sit back and say, okay, well, Pepper and I are going to have kids. If you really need me, get a hold of me. Which gets him out of the film, or the spotlight, whatever you want to call it. But it gets him gets Robert Downey Jr. free and clear of his contract. But I see Chris Evans dying heroically.
I do too.
Heroically.
They will reconcile at the moment of death, too, to give us that emotional punch in the chest that will wreck us.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it will.
But
Wreck.
in the first movie, they made reference to nuclear warhead.
Mm-hmm.
And there were so many things. If they were dropping hints to how the story would go, those were foreshadowing moments. So that's how I can just foresee that.
If that's true,
and which goes back to Doctor Strange, where there's only one
scenario
and
that I
need
can see.
to save
Right.
Tony.
Right. Because he needs to sacrifice himself taking the missile through the
Correct.
wormhole at the end there. Well, that's actually very, very cool, and I like that concept, and you may have heard it here first. But that is true believers. But that
Excelsior!
but that is far more plausible than some of the other stories I heard. Now, the one thing that I give a lot of credit to the diehard fans out there, the MCU, because I try to keep the two universes separate.
Yes.
Okay? There was someone that was totally on point, so much so that the Russos said, yes, you're correct. That's how well this was. Basically, the one character they've guaranteed is not dead is Gamora.
Yes, she's in the Soul Gem.
She's been trapped in the Soul Gem. Well, that was actually spilt by a Redditor, who the Russos were on an AMA, and they were so stunned that someone figured this out that they just confirmed it. So I say yet again, awesome for the Russos, because they could have been right dicks about it, and they weren't.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? And they totally 100% said, yeah, you know what? You were so damn smart, I give you props.
There's also, sorry, Dust Bunny attack. There is also another rumor that even though the Russos have said they're all dead, there's also another rumor that they're in one of the other gems. All the people
Sure.
in the reality gem
Sure.
or whatever.
Sure. That wouldn't be unlike the comic mythos.
Exactly.
So, the only thing that disappoints me about this is Adam's not going to be there in time.
Adam Warlock?
Yes, because he's obviously going to be a central character in Guardians 3. That's been kind of foreshadowed. I just think it's a crying shame to do this film without one of the most quintessential characters to the original Infinity Gauntlet,
yeah,
storyline. That's my only real regret. But it's a very small one.
Yes.
Because anytime, and I mean, here's the great thing about this: we can say we're Star Wars fans, we can say we're Star Trek fans, we can say we're this, we can say we're that. No other movie that I can think of has every character you've cared about for 10 years in it, like Avengers 3. Nothing like that. I mean, that is the most incredible thing if you think about it. Every character you've seen is in that film minus Ant-Man and Hawkman. Which
were for a reason.
So, or Hawkeye, excuse me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Hawkeye, I heard this and I think this is a great idea. I hope this is what happens. Hawkeye is in full retirement, right?
Under house arrest.
Or I'm envisioning, yes, but I'm envisioning he's in full retirement after Sokovia and everything else that's kind of transpired. I think Quicksilver had a far bigger impact on him than what was really shown. So I see that impacting him more off screen, which brought him out yet again for Civil War, this type of thing. What if his family's dead?
And he becomes Ronin?
Yes.
I definitely see it. They actually said in the next phase of Marvel movies that we will be seeing characters that we know take on different roles.
Ooh.
So moving forward, he could stay as Ronin.
Which I have no problem with.
Or it also alludes to maybe it's the female Hawkeye that's in the comics, which could be cool too.
It's cool too.
Yeah.
That's fine with me. You know what I mean? But I love the idea that he's back for vengeance. Because I think the Jeremy Renner, I like Jeremy Renner a lot.
Yeah.
I think he's just a great
he's a
actor.
cool cat.
But not only that, many movies he's done, thoroughly enjoyed.
Yes.
I just, Hurt Locker, you know what I mean? But I just really like him, okay? I think it would be great to have a little bit more of a spotlight on him. Because I feel like in the 3 films that we've gotten, the first film, I really hated that. Because he was mind controlled through 75% of the film.
Yeah,
okay, and I didn't
agree with that.
I just didn't like that. It just.
I mean, in all honesty, when watching Thor, the first Thor, I love the movie, but god damn it, I jumped out of my seat when
he's like, you know what?
He's like, I got him.
Yeah, well, nobody when he tells Coulson, listen, I'm about to start rooting for the guy. Okay,
yeah,
just. That would have been Clint.
Yeah.
That was exactly what Clinton would have done. But I hope he gets more of a central spot in this film. And I really want to see him.
And I think that's the way to do it. There's also been rumors that I'm gonna butcher this dude's name. Aaron Taylor Johnson? Is that his name? The guy who played Quicksilver.
Yes, I believe it is.
If
he
I
was
got
also
that
Kick-Ass.
right, yes.
Yeah.
That he has been spotted on the set.
Well, not only that, but, and here's another thing. I'm going to add this to the flavor. Have you watched Iron Man 3 recently?
Not recently, no.
Do yourself a favor and watch it again. It's a much better film than it's been maligned. I don't know. Sorry, I just have to speak the praise. I just happened to watch it the other night. I was like, this is a far better movie than I remember. But anyway, the young kid that was in Iron Man 3 that helps Tony in the garage, has been spotted in in the filming of Avengers 4. That's freaking awesome.
Maybe that has to do with him using his technology and walking back through his life. That he needs a morale boost that this kid offered him.
I think that's great, but I love the fact that I feel like I'm reading comics.
Yes.
Do you understand what I mean by that? I feel like I am watching this, but I have to go back to this Iron Man issue over here.
Editor's note.
You know what I mean? Yeah. If you don't know what's going on, go over to Iron Man 253. Well, that's how I feel. Wait a minute. Did that happen? All right, wait a minute. I got to get this film. I love that. I love the fact that,
And the freedom of an artist, well, if I want to add this character, I'll just add him. They're doing that in a cinematic scope of all these people, all these actors.
But isn't it great that you don't hear about some conflict, that it's some bunch of crap, that this guy won't come back, or he doesn't want to do it because of this or that? No, it's like everybody kind of gets it, and we're all after this end goal.
Yes.
Actors-wise. I'm not just talking about the characters. But that's a very good metaphor if you think about it.
Yeah, it
but we're
is.
after this one goal to make this spectacular film, you know, and I love that. You know what I mean? I love it, and I
do
love the
too.
fact that this is and I love the fact that we get to wonder what's going to happen in Avengers 4. I think this is the best part of it. I enjoyed Avengers 3. It was the best race I've ever been to, because that's how I felt from the moment the movie started till the moment it ended. You know, I didn't move out of my seat, but I needed a bottle of water afterwards.
I love that there were some critics that were like, well, they didn't give us any background on these characters.
There's only 10 fucking years of background, you fucking
There's
idiot.
only been, what, 20
Yeah, right, that's what I'm saying.
it.
It's like, what story did you need? Did you want to know what Proxima Midnight's backstory was?
They
Ebony
fulfilled their
Maw?
needs. Yeah, they... Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry, that's the only soapbox I'll have. But go see Avengers 3 if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it, go see it again.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I've been dying to get back to see it just because I want to see it one more time. I feel like I said, I felt like I raced through that film.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and that's good pacing. Or maybe it's bad pacing, I don't know. But I loved the way it was paced, because at no point did I feel like I was sitting in a theater for 2 hours and 20 minutes or whatever it was.
No. That time disappeared way too quickly. And the thing is, they paced it. Usually when you deal with a cast that size, characters that all have a deep mythos of their own, someone gets lost. I never felt like it was paced and they split up the groups in such a fair manner that everyone...
But even better, the groups almost didn't make sense.
And that's
what made it great.
Yes,
you know, because it's Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, you know, on this planet. You know what I mean? With Mantis.
It was like us playing the Marvel role-playing game. You know, where it's just like, I want to see what would happen if, you know?
I loved it. I did. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And make no bones about it. And I just cannot wait for 4. So if any of what we've talked about, and you know, the great thing is we'll get our whistle wet with Captain Marvel.
Yes. And Ant-Man and Wasp.
And Ant-Man and Wasp. You're absolutely right. I keep glancing over that. Which, you know, if you haven't seen our summer extravaganza, we aired the trailer. I think that looks fantastic. I think it looks like fun. I think it looks like it's just a laugh riot. And I can't wait yet again. So we get these great films, and then we get the best film, or what we perceive to be the best film. I think we should wrap it up with this. Do you think in Avengers 4 you will see Sebastian Stan put on the outfit?
The full Winter Soldier outfit?
No.
The Captain America outfit. My honest opinion?
Yes.
I would love to see Falcon take on the mantle of Captain America.
I would love to see that too. I would love to see that too.
I would also love to see, if it were to happen, Jane Foster take up the mantle of Thor. Because moving forward, I mean, Chris Evans has said he's down. Chris Hemsworth said he's down for whatever.
Yeah.
But
he needs a break. I just read an article where he says he needs a break.
If we're resetting the universe, you could introduce things like that without it skipping a beat. Like someone says, like at the end of the movie, come over here, Thor, and it's her, but it doesn't...
Why does it have to be Jane Foster, though?
Just because that's what's in the comics.
Okay.
She had a great look, a great story.
Why not Valkyrie?
Also great.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm just thinking of other, characters that that we have out there. I also heard another great rumor, and I love this idea too. T'Challa's sister.
Yeah.
Next Iron Man.
Like the Riki Williams kind of. That would be
I think that's super
awesome.
cool. Exactly.
You know, it just bounced into my head thinking of Valkyrie and thinking of the Fox buyout. 80s Defenders. Beast, Valkyrie, Gargoyle, Doctor Strange, Iceman. Imagine that.
You know what would be...
That would be awesome.
The best. That would be the truly the best. And the thing that's great about all of this is you got those characters that were introduced at the end of Guardians 2, one of which is a sorcerer.
The original Guardians.
The original Guardians. You know, you've got all these other loose ends that are out there, right? Just kind of spinning around and moving around, and how that's all going to tie in, and how it's all going to work its way out. Shut up! I know what you're.
I do. It's me. Yeah. sorry.
No, you couldn't resist. I knew it was
I
coming.
couldn't,
But anyway, what are your rumors? What are your thoughts and feelings? You know, did you like Avengers 3? Yeah. You know, did you not like it? Tell me why you didn't like it.
What's your wish list?
What do you guys want to see?
And since we even talked about it with the Fox buyout, what are some of the dream comics you would like to see? I mean, I was a big fan of the 80s Defenders.
Alpha Flight.
Oh, my God. But see, that's one of those things. Did Marvel always have that, or does that fall under the mutants?
It falls under the mutants because they appeared in X-Men.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Even though only, one member was a mutant?
No, but they appeared in the first.
Right. I'm just saying.
Well, no, North Star and Aurora, Box. They were all mutants.
Madison Jeffries Box.
Yeah, Madison Jeffries Box. But, you know, stuff like that, because if it all goes back to Disney, a lot of those rights that we just kind of rambled through between Defenders, Alpha Flight, and there's a couple others out there too. Most of all, we've talked about it, Fantastic Four. This opens up options. This opens up further building. So, you know, if Fantastic Four back into the fold, who's to say that the next thing that the Fantastic Four and the Avengers have to fight is Galactus? You know, this has never been done correctly on film. So this is awesome to see what this is, you know, what does the future hold? What is your wish list? What do you guys want to see? Because we just sit here and wonder and think about this stuff because our jobs are horrible. So, and a little bit of fantasy gets you through the day. I'm sure everybody can relate out there. So, you know, tell us because we want to know. And if there's something we haven't talked about that you want us to talk about, especially with the MCU, we love talking about it. You know that. So, anyway.
And hopefully, and I am going to say it, hopefully after Aquaman, we'll want to talk about the DC universe. Have you seen the pictures from it?
Yes.
Yes. What?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. You know, I just...
Well, when you're like, yes, I mean...
the thing that bugs me about it's like what we talked about in the one film. Every picture I've seen is them not in water. I want to see...
the one big group
you're right. The one
scene.
big... Yeah. But even when
and the Black Mantis... armor.
Yeah, I did like that. That does look cool. Look, the movie looks great. I'm not saying that. I just, you know, there's certain things I'm curious how they're going to... I'm just curious how they're going to do it. You know, and I hope
they wow us.
I hope they wow us too. And I think we got a little... I don't want them to do what they did in Justice League where they go into an air pocket. You know, that's all it is. That's it. I just want to see how they're going to work some of this out, and which is tough. It's difficult. I don't know how to do it either. But I mean, you know, and honestly,
as long as it doesn't look like the underwater scenes in Clash of the Titans,
correct.
I'm happy. Anyway, that's been just our little hypothesis theories on Avengers 4. Which is still unnamed at this time.
And Ant-Man and Wasp is coming. And Captain Marvel's coming.
Yes.
So we wrapped up some of that stuff too. You can tell we're excited about it. And, you know, like I said, your thoughts, your theories. Did we miss something?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hit us up. Comment.
Please.
Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Anyway, until next time, my name's Rob.
And I'm Chris.
This has been My Side of the Laundry Room. Keep being rad.
Stay dorky.
And we'll catch you next time.
See Avengers 3.
See ya. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button for some more awesome videos. We also have a couple here on the side you might be interested in. And until next time, thanks for watching, keep being rad, and stay dorky.